In today's video, we're going to get into some accountability. I was supposed to read 4 books for the month of April. Those 4 books are The 19th Hole by Evelyn Latrice, Quest by India Ray, Soul Ties by Miss Candace, and Life Was Beautiful by Asia Monique. My name is Raquel. This is where we come to celebrate and explore Black books. So let's get into it. Did I or did I not read these books? I did not read Soul Ties by Miss Candace. Now, I'm looking forward to reading some Miss Candace because I've never read any of her books, but I did not have a chance to even crack this book open. I don't know that it'll be Soul Ties, but at some point I am going to read something by Miss Candace. Quest by India Ray. I wasn't sure I was going to read this book because I felt like I had enough from the Prime series, and this is sort of a spinoff from Prime. But by the time I actually finished Prime and when I got ready to get into Quest, I just kind of felt like I was overloaded on this unhinged dude. Like I've had enough. I read Certified Pressure, which is 4 books. I read Forever Certified, which is 4 books. I read Dro, well, one of the Dro series, which is 3 books by Neek Mills. And I think that I'm just like up to here and I needed to get away. So I don't know, maybe one day. I'm not in a hurry. Now, let's get into what I did actually read. So to start off, I did read The 19th Hole by Evelyn Latrice, which was 496 pages. It is in a video a couple of weeks ago. This is about a young man who is a golfer. He is a phenomenal golfer. He's Black, and we know that golf hasn't always been that inclusive to Black people. But the problem is the people around him, including his team, feels like the way he carries himself, the way he talks, and all these different things are not the way a golfer handles himself. He feels like, as long as I play golf, what difference does it make? Cuz, no, I'm just playing, but that's how he talks. And he's got the tattoos, he's got the blue rag, and yeah, he does say cuz. So he gets into this thing, an incident happens, and he winds up needing a break. He goes to this golfing retreat. At the golfing retreat, there's a young lady and her family. Her parents own this golfing retreat. They are an older couple who are having some health issues, some financial issues, and she is holding it down by herself. And believe me, it's not easy. And so he goes there, and these two get together and they turn into something beautiful. I enjoyed this book. Very good. Very, very good. Loved it. I am about halfway into And Life Was Beautiful by Asia Monique. I am enjoying this book. It's pretty good. Not my normal read, but it's still pretty good. I read not Calm, Aura, which is by Antoinette Sherrill. This is spinoff from The Art of Hood Love. So if you've been following the series, there's The Heart of Hood Love, there is Hidden Treasures, and then there's Relic and Kennedy. Relic has opened a label, a music production company, whatever it is. And Aura is one of his artists. So this book is an interview of Aura about how she became a singer. So the people who are interviewing her is Savvy and Treasure, who are from the Art of Hood Love series and Hidden Treasures. And they are interviewing her, but the interview that she is having is so comfortable for her. It's like hanging out with her homegirls. So she winds up telling more than she initially meant to tell because she's a very closed off person. But she winds up telling about her childhood, how she grew up Christian, and how her friends next door family had somebody who came to live with them who assaulted her, and it changed her life. She then goes to college, and now she is twerking in booty shorts on YouTube. And that's kind of where she kind of Well, she doesn't get her start in college. She gets her start right before college, but that is kind of how she get her exposure. This is a really good book. It's only 93 pages. And I also got two of the other, there's four books. So I got Calm and Saucy. I have not read Calm and Saucy, but I'll get into them eventually. But yeah, Aura was a good story. Very short, but very good. And then I read Remedy to His Madness by Aubrey Penn. It is 413 pages. This was a great book. I loved it. So it is about this young lady who has inherited her grandmother's property, which is not in the best condition. And this is sort of a slap in the face to her. She lives on this island, which I kind of think is in the Carolinas, but I don't remember it saying that. So on one side of the island is the upper class people, which is where she grew up. And then on the other side is more of just not as rich. So she's living in this house and she is a stripper. Got to take care of herself, right? And so there is an older gentleman who lives next door who knew her grandmother, mind you. But he lives next door and she's noticed that nobody's coming by to check on him. And so he is in mental decline and he starts to need help and nobody's there. So she starts to help him. They become the bestest friends in the whole wide world. I love, love, love their relationship. And one day he's kind of riled up and she wants to keep him in a space where he is not roaming around outside by himself late at night. So she takes him to work with her. She sets him up in a spot where she can see him while she's on stage, get him some food. He got his wings. He's enjoying the strippers, and she's on stage doing her thing and she sees this guy come over and grab him and they arguing or whatever. She goes over there and slaps the mess out of this guy, like, hey, wait a minute, he's with me, keep your hands off of him. Turns out that this is the guy's son that he has not seen in forever. And so the son is now coming back into his life, or coming into his life and getting to know him kind of for the first time. Unfortunately, he's not getting to know him in the way that he thought he would because his father has Alzheimer's, so he's kind of in and out. And so it's sad to see that he has come back at a time where he can't really, maybe get the answers that he's looking for, get to know his father for who he is, or rather than maybe who he was told he was or things like that. But it turns out to be a great story. Like I said, this friendship that they have is awesome. I love their friendship. This is a hilarious book. If you want to laugh, you will definitely laugh with this book. It is so funny. And so those were the four books I read, or three and a half, really. So I'm 50% of And Life is Beautiful by Asia Monique. I read The 19th Hole by Evelyn Latrice. I read Calm by Antoinette Sherrill. And Remedy to His Madness by Aubrey Penn. Now, last but not least, let's get into the books that I'm looking forward to. Because we're going to switch this accountability thing up right now because I don't have time in the way that I used to. I have 5 books that I'm really looking forward to reading. And next month I'll come back and I'll let you know what I've read. Whether or not it's this or something else, but we'll get into it, right? The first book is Watercolors. It is 619 pages. It is about a young lady who gets this letter from her, I believe it's her grandparents, that she was left this house. But in order for her to have the house, she has to actually live in it. She cannot sell it. She has to live in it. But she has some childhood trauma that happened in that house that is making it difficult to make the decision to live in this house. However, where she is currently living. She has to move. She lost her job, and so she has to move. She doesn't have a job, and somebody is like literally giving her a house, but she doesn't want to relive that um, childhood trauma. So we'll have to see where this story goes. It's 619 pages. We got a lot to look forward to. The next one is Where the Wildflowers Grow by Tara Shelton Harris. This one is, from what I read from the synopsis, about this girl who is, I think, on a prison bus or something, and somehow she gets out. I don't know, something happens where she gets out of the prison bus and now she's running away. She finds this little secluded town somewhere in Alabama, and she goes to live there and finds another family. That's kind of all I know about it from the synopsis. But I heard that it was a good book. The star rating is a 4.4. And I don't really know if it's a good book, but it has over 10,000 reviews. So, we'll see. I've only read one book by Tara Shelton Harris, and that book was really, really good. So I do want to read something else by her. Then we have Where Secrets Find Where Secrets Find Solace by Kimberly Brown. Now, Kimberly Brown is another one. I've been reading her books. I just got done with the Dillinger series and I loved it. So I do want to check this one out. I think this one is about a girl who gets out of jail, and I don't know what happens to her. I don't know if something had to happen for her to be in jail, but I don't know why she went to jail, and I don't really know the story. I don't remember. I just know that I want to read it because Kimberly Brown wrote it. And then we have A Harlem Wedding by Tiffany L. Warren. This one is 409 pages. Reminds me of uh, With Love to Harlem, because it's going to have some of those same people. Like this is like a Harlem Renaissance wedding, so it's going to have some of the people from the Harlem Renaissance in this wedding. um, it is the daughter of W.E.B. Du Bois's wedding. He is wanting her to marry a particular man. She's in love with somebody that he does not approve of, and she winds up marrying the man that her father wanted her to marry, and it goes horribly wrong. So I'm looking forward to that. And then lastly, Sunset Over Napa Valley, which is by Monica Gardner. It is 309 pages. Now, this is about two best friends. One best friend who loses her husband. The other best friend gets a divorce. And I think the one who loses her husband, I don't know, one of the two best friends asked the other friend to come out and to help her. And I think it has something to do with her daughter. But whatever it is, it kind of goes against either what she believes, her morals, or, it just ain't jiving for her. Let me say that. So she doesn't necessarily want to do it. And we're going to see where this friendship goes, and how her asking and how her not wanting to do whatever the thing is, how this affects the friendship. So I am very much looking forward to that book. I think this one came out, I remember this book being on one of my upcoming new books in like maybe the last 2 or 3 months. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. This is like one of the things that I wanted to do that I came up with at the end of last year. So in January, I started this accountability thing, right? So I wanted to do it for the entire year of December, only I didn't know that things were going to change. So I'm wondering, are you guys still keeping up with your New Year's resolutions? Let me know down in the comments. So that is my accountability video. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you soon.